Assalamualaikum and hi. So today, my group and I will present about the current issues of tourist behavior in hospitality industry. Number one is food consumptions. Food consumptions in tourism is important for tourists to maintain their well-being, experience, and understand the culture of a society. The satisfaction of tourists with their dining experience during journey has brought along gastronomic experience. The food-driven image of the region is utilized by tourism destinations as a marketing tool of their own cultural identities, and food constitutes a unique image for the sustainability of tourism destination. The food and beverage offered by destinations arouse sympathy for the region, whereas low quality food creates a negative effect on the revisit of the. As known, individuals visiting another country have such expectation as visiting new places and getting familiar with their new cultures, as well as experiencing and enjoying new tastes. Due to its characteristic, food culture plays an important role in consumers' celebration events, involve socialization, entertainment, sensitivity, and provides the opportunity to try new cultures and cuisines. Increase in food familiarity and the number of food-related travels has brought along an increase in the number of studies discussing the relationship between food and tourism and the role of food as a tourist attraction. Argue in their study that the studies on food consumption in tourism literature concentrate on four main perspectives. The first perspective covers the studies examining food as a touristic product or attraction element in the context of tourism destinations. I will pass the slide to the next presenter.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Tuan SYARIFAH binti Tuan AMMERAM. My number matric is 26 UP 19F1032. Thank you to HAKIM. In the scope of the second perspective, the study discussing food consumption behavior and consumption habit of tourists come to the forefront. The second perspective also covers the study of foodstuff that tourists prefer consuming in the destination they visit and the factor affecting tourist food consumption. Okay, the next is the third perspective encompass the study focusing on food-related experience of tourists during their holiday experience. Accordingly, the study discussing the physical element and in the restaurant and service quality as well as the food quality in destination come to the forefront. Lastly, the four perspectives cover the study arguing that the food and beverage offered in a destination and the related activities are the most significant motivation driving tourists to visit a specific destination.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is IBTISAM to the CDP 19F1002. Okay, so let's begin with the food one. Okay, so the food has infinite variation, and the variation of food is an important component of purchase decisions of all the customers. Okay, so the food-oriented consumer behavior models have been developed over the years. Likewise, the other consumer behavior models, the food-oriented consumer behavior models also adopt of cognitive approach where information processing occupies a central position in the context of decisions making process and marketing stimuli in order to explain consumer behaviors. And then the food consumptions in tourism accordingly. Food consumption of tourism is interrupted and positions within the framework of 5 key dimensions. Okay, so the first one is the symbolic The second one is the obligatory. Second one is the contract. Okay, so in the development process of the model, the food consumption classifications proposed by Quan and Wang, okay, by Quan and Wang, so namely supportive consumer experiences and peak touristic experience were adopted. Okay, so accordingly, the food consumptions is regarded as a supportive experience in the first section of the model, and it crosses with the obligatory and extension oriented motivational resources. And then supportive food consumptions experience transformed into a peak touristic experience as a result of the increase. In contrast, motivational behavior such as the notably seeking in food consumption. Okay, so on the other hand, the third sections, which is the food consumption experience test the positions of peak touristic, okay, of peak touristic experience in the first section of the model as a consequence of the growing influences as a symbolic motivational resources such as authenticity and prestige. Okay. So the last one is the personal characteristic of tourists stand out as the most significant factor, such as the cultural characteristic and religious beliefs of tourists comes to the forefront as one of the most important factor affecting food consumption during the journey. Okay, so I think that's all for me, and let's see on the next presenter by my members. Okay.
So culture affect the way people live. It embodies emotional reaction and practical knowledge and belief and characteristic behavior patterns defined as common meaning shared by people. So culture direct the functioning at large and the behavior of a particular group of people and have an influence on the determination of socially standardized activity of people, including food and beverage preference. So the relationship between social, cultural, artistic value in a social food may lead to certain difference in food consumption. So people with different culture background may have different perception and experience of food. And then cultural values affect food preference of consumers. So culture also define that the food in the local cuisine of a particular region are perceived as acceptable, exotic, edible, or delicious in accordance with the cultural characteristic of people living in that particular region.
Thank you, my friends. Okay, now we go about recommendation on the issues. Usually, sustainable is an increasingly relevant issue as it can affect hotels in many ways. For examples, number 1, improving brand image. As customers are drawn more and more to environment-friendly companies, and potential employees are looking to be part of companies that make a difference in the community. Number 2, benefiting from economic incentive led by government for development of green business. Then we can improving cost efficiency by implementing Then we can improving cost efficiency by implementing better working procedure and environment friendly technology that end up increasing the hotel's profitability. See purchase such as recycling, installing a low flush toilet, or going paper free by investing in technology that eliminate the need for printing or handwriting document are something that all hotels should be doing right now. What's next? Higher customer expectation? Hotel guests are increasingly demanding and also more likely to give negative feedback on online rating sites when something goes wrong during their stay. Now, more than ever, it's very important for hotel manager to focus on improving guest satisfaction by making sure that nothing goes wrong. The housekeeping and maintenance team should be super efficient and no mistake. Housekeeping should have easily accessible checklists and failure reporting should be as fast as possible to solve them immediately. I think that's all from me. Let's see on the next presenter. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, so another recommendation for this current issue is we need to have streamlining processes with mobile technology. This will ultimately improve customer experience and the hotel's overall efficiency and reputation. So computerized maintenance management system, such as InfraSpeed, for instance, essential piece of technology for hotels that want their maintenance team to be able to solve any potential issue before they become actual problem for guests. And then as a company, we need to know about marketing and reputation management. So I know this is really definitely a challenge, but utilizing online marketing that has relevant to target content is extremely important to drive potential guests to our website and ultimately to our hotel. So online review websites such as TripAdvisor or Expedia are also very important to help hotels secure new guests. So if they have quality rating and review or drive every potential guest away if the reviews are poor.
Okay, the last is guest experience personalization. Whichever industry or product category we think about, personalization is the word on everybody's lip. Customers are more and more interested in the product that they can customize or the personalized experience that seems to have been tailor-made just for them. Thank you.